Hey guys, this is AJYT Abbott, and welcome to possibly one of the biggest reviews of my entire set of reviews for this season of The Walking Dead. This is going to be my review for Season 9, Episode 5, What Comes After, aka Rick Grimes' final episode. Now, really quick, I know what you're thinking. The thumbnail says the end of Rick Grimes. It is not the end of Rick Grimes, because, spoiler alert, alright, you guys are on. He made it out of the episode alive. So, when you see the thumbnail and it says the end of Rick Grimes, do not worry. He has 3 movies on the way, coming soon, according to Scott Gimple. Yes! Let's get into the review anyway. Also, this is possibly my favorite episode of The Walking Dead ever. So, this episode was absolutely amazing. It's my favorite episode of the entire series. It's my favorite episode of the season. There's so many defining character moments, or defining, I guess, is what you want to call it. The ending is good, the start is good, the middle is good, everything about this episode is amazing. We get the return of 3 characters. We get so many cameos from characters, like their dead bodies and everything. It is insane how many cameos, references, callbacks, and, different things there are that is referencing, Rick's first episode, everything that Rick's done in the past, people he's lost, things he's done, things he's seen. It all came together full circle, and it made you actually think Rick was going to die. But he actually made it out of the episode alive, surprisingly. Which I loved. I really was hoping they weren't going to kill him off, and they didn't. So that is fantastic news for us fans of Rick Grimes, because I know there's a lot of those. Now, there was a lot of, really good character building moments. Let's get the non-important stuff out of the way. Maggie dealt with her issue with Negan. She went in, she basically told Negan to get on his knees. Negan even taunted her about Glenn, about killing him. He was like, how I, beat him over the head and, knocked out his eyeball. Just stuff like that would piss her off. He's asking to die, and you're wondering, you're like, why is he asking? He's literally, he begs her, just do it, just kill me. And she asks why. She's like, so I can be with Lucille. And she realizes, well, she wanted to be with Maggie, but Negan took that away from her. So she is going to take that satisfaction away from him. And she is not going to kill him. She is going to let him rot in there for the rest of his life. And he is so sad over that, man. He literally crawls into his cell, just a shell of a man. This is not the Negan we met 2 seasons ago in Season 6. No siree. That is crazy, man. That is absolutely crazy that the Negan that we saw in Season 6, 7, and 8 is now just this shell of a person now in Season 9, since it's been a year and a half since the end of Season 8. But Rick, through this episode, he sees different, he keeps going in and out, seeing visions of people. The first one broke my heart, man. Or no, it was the second one. The first one was Shane, which is awesome already. The second one was Herschel, and the third one was Sasha. I would have rather had the third one be maybe Carl, Glenn, maybe even Dale or Andrea would have been even cooler. But I don't think Jeffrey DeMond would come back, and I don't think Laurie Holden would come back for that specific thing. But yeah, that was awesome to see. Shane was awesome to see. He was taunting Rick. He was like, "How's my baby girl doing?" That was insane. It was funny, but oh my gosh, you a-hole. That was hilarious. So yeah, besides that, we get Rick meeting up with Herschel again. In his vision, he's asking Herschel, or he's telling Herschel that he's sorry for what happened to him, to Glenn, for everything Maggie's lost, for what happened to Beth. Everything just comes full circle in this episode for Rick. It's closing up all these storylines, all these relationships that he had with all these characters. And he talks to Sasha when he's on top of this body pile. I'll get to that in a minute. And, she says, you're not going to find your family because they're not lost, and you're not lost. I thought that was a beautiful scene. And I've always loved Sasha. I mean, I would have preferred somebody else, but I really love Sasha. So, and, she had a very triumphant death last season. Or not last season, but in season 7. So anyway, in the last sort of vision that he has is, with Sasha and everything. But it's also this body pile that he's on top of, and we see so many bodies. We see the body of Greg Nicotero. Apparently the body of Glenn was in that scene. I did not spot it. So was Abraham's body, Dale, Andrea, Maggie, Daryl, season 1 Daryl, Negan, Beth, Tyrese, Sasha, of course. I think Carl was in there. Shane was in there. It was just a lot of people, man. So that was insane to see. Also, Carol and Jesus were also there, and I think I saw Michonne and Ezekiel, their dreads and everything. So that was insane and, super crazy to see, because we're usually not used to seeing that many characters return. We haven't seen that many characters return since Tyrese's death in 509, which is cool to see, because but apparently there was more. There was Amy, Lizzie, Mika. There was all sorts of people. I'm not going to list all of them or name all of them, but there was a lot, guys. Go check out the Walking Dead Wiki, and then go check I believe the the trivia section of what comes after, and you will see last appearance of this person, this person, this person, this person. It'll either say voice or body or something next to them, so that is how you will know they were in the episode. But I was surprised to see that Glenn was in there, which was insane. I keep trying to spot him each time I watch it, and trust me, I've watched this episode like 10 times now. I love it so much. But yeah, I couldn't find his body. So anyway, there is a really, really epic moment at the end. Rick is bleeding out, of course, after he gets himself off the pipe. Such a gruesome way to get off the pipe anyway. He uses his belt to pull himself off. So gruesome. I wouldn't be able to do that. I would just sit But yeah, we get a really awesome moment where he remembers what Daryl says about the bridge. He leads the walkers across the bridge, but, it doesn't really work. But then there comes basically the group after them being a vision. First, it tries to fool you into him being saved completely. And then Michonne says, "Wake up." That's how you know it was fake. And then when Rick gets to the other side of the bridge and he sees the walkers aren't causing the bridge to collapse, then is when the group comes in. The real group. Daryl comes in, Maggie, Michonne, Carol, Tara, Jesus, Rosita, Gabriel. They're all fighting to try and, save Rick. And it was just awesome to see all of them, care so much about their leader and care so much about Rick to the point where they are literally willing to die and risk their life for him. But in the end, it doesn't work, and as Michonne screams, "Rick!" Rick aims his gun at the dynamite that he saw on the bridge fall off, and he's like, "I found them," referring to he found his family. Shoots, gets blown off the bridge, and the walkers are all falling off the bridge on fire. Daryl's crying, Maggie, Michonne, Carol, they're all getting emotional. It's a very, very sad, depressing scene. And when we all think Rick Grimes is dead, Jadis with her helicopter spots a body on the edge of the bridge, and it is none other than Rick Grimes. And she takes him out of there, playing space junk that was at the end of the first episode of the series. Also, Judith! We get a 6-year time skip, and Judith is a badass. And we get the introduction of Magna's group, so that should be interesting. But yes, I want to thank you all so much for watching. You don't know how much time this review actually took me. It's been 2 weeks since the episode, almost 3. or no, it's almost been 2 weeks since the episode, but I needed all the time to analyze. I want to thank you all very much for watching. Let me know what your favorite part of the episode was, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
These people are my family. And if we hurt them in any way,